Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and it's been about a week since I've been out here in Mike's garage, and can see that we've got the 70 Chevelle. I've got to get the cover off of that, and we had some old polyglass tires on there that we showed the car with, and they were actually, you know, back in the day, they were the original tires. Now, these tires are not to be driven on the road. They're way too old, and I'd be really scared of driving this car with these tires. So let me show you what we got for this car. Originally, this car came with Firestone wide oval tires. We could see that not on the build sheet, but we could see it actually on the window sticker for the car. So that's kind of cool. So we've got some Firestone wide oval tires, but these are actually new radial type tires now. So they've got the old look, but these are actual radial tires, and they'll be driving much smoother on the road, and we won't get that bias ply until they're warmed up. And then, you know, with bias ply, your tracking's all over the place, and they're just not fun tires to drive on. So we're going to do a review on these. First thing we got to do is get the blue shipping stuff off the tire. And the only thing I have found that's really good to take off this blue shipping, whatever they call it, is SOS pads. So I've just got a bucket of water, a hose, and let's clean these off and see how they look. After some elbow grease and scrubbing and washing, we've got the blue shipping stuff off of these tires. And hey, big shout out to Chris Knavel, who mounted these tires for us over at his shop over at KAN. Thanks a lot. Hey, if you got air conditioning needs, heating needs, Chris is your man. Go see him. And he's a good friend of ours too. Good Chevelle friend. But anyway, we got these tires all cleaned up and mounted. I'll let them bask in the sun for a little while. And I noticed when Chris and I were working on these tires, they had stickers on them. They said, do not stack these tires on top of each other with the white letters, because any black from the tires that get on that white stuff, I guess it could permanently stain the white letters. So be careful how you stack these once you take off the actual protective shipping stuff. They actually had it, you know, wound up around the tire. So be careful on that, and just words of advice. So anyway, SOS pads, good scrubbing, washing off, and now we're ready to put them on the Chevelle. Chevelle up on the lift, and you can see we've got a low ceiling in here. That's one of the reasons we have a 4-post lift in here. And I tell you, I'm just not a big fan of these 4-post lifts as a mechanic. As a car restoration guy and want to work on the cars all the time, I want a 2-post lift. That makes it easier. But these 4-post lifts do work. This particular one's a Titan, and hey, I don't know. We've had issues with this. We've had broken cable on it before, so it's not the greatest. But anyway, it's working out. But the one other thing I don't like about this, you know, you can see we got issues with that light up there. We're going to move that light so we can get some additional clearance. Maybe we'll do that when Uncle Larry comes over this afternoon. But with these 4-post lifts, you got to have an auxiliary lift. Let me go around here so you can see the light. You got to have an auxiliary lift to actually lift the car up, and it comes with these little dew jammers. And of course, I didn't have the right size. I had a different size for each side, but it was good enough. I got the car up in the air, and it'll do its job. Now I'm going to lower the car and take the wheels and tires off. Take this tire off. I do want to talk about this a little bit. You notice it has a H70 14-inch, and on the front, what do we got on the front? I forget. These were F70s. And how do we do that? Well, back in the day when Artie owned this car, he had the wheels actually widened here, and you can see a weld mark all the way around the rim to make it wider to accept these tires, and they just do fit in there. They're really cool looking. I was talking to Rick Nelson at the Muscle Car and Corvette National Show, and he looked at the car, and I go, hey Rick, you notice anything different about this LS6 Chevelle? He says, yeah, Mark, you did it right. That's the way GM should have done this. You know, we entered this car in the day 2 because of a few things on the car. But it was, Rick said, man, that's the way GM should have made this car, with the G's on the back and the wider wheels. It just looks so cool, and you would have got more traction out of this. And hey, this car was drag raced back in the day, so it really did help it out. But anyway, they're coming off. We're going to get some radials on it, and that'll be cool,
now,
too.
the moment I dread with these wheels and tires, you know, is putting these trim rings on, because, I mean, they got to stay on, so they got these little claws that hold them on, and they're going to scratch all that nice work that you put on your wheel. But get them lined up with the valve stem here, and then have a nice rubber mallet. I've got a rubber mallet and a claw to help take them off. So we'll get these on here. What do you think, Uncle Larry?
They look good to me.
All right, I wanted to show you the difference.
Skinny.
Yeah, I mean that's the H over here, H14, and over here is the F, Firestone wide oval, and you can see the difference. It's a little bit taller and definitely a lot wider. So I just wanted to show you the difference before I get them up on the car. All right, so I thought I'd show you the difference between the radial tire and the polyglass. Got the polyglass on this side in F, and the corresponding radial tire, the Firestone wide oval, on this side. So pretty similar as far as width goes, and definitely on how the height goes. All right, there you go. We got the Firestone wide ovals on the car now, and we're just moving things around here. Boy, this car looks nice. I'm glad there's a cloud over top right now. Makes doing a video a little bit nicer. You can see Greg Pruitt's truck over there. That's what we're going to work on next today. So we're going to pull the Chevelle into this garage and bring the truck in. Listen to the clickety-clack of the solid lifter motor. There you go, Jeff. You started your motor up the other day. Here's another LS6 for you. Uh-oh. Uncle Larry wants me to stop.